So we warmed up, we've actually used some machines. My favorite aspect of developing strength for the cycling is to do walking lunges. They're difficult, they incorporate good range of motion, they stretch the hip flexors as well, because lots of cycling tends to shorten the hip flexors, which tends to actually cause some knee issues too. So this movement not only strengthens the glutes, the quads, but it opens up the hip. So I typically start with no weight, almost doing like a running walking lunge, to a point where I'm actually starting to feel some fatigue. I might do 2 or 3 sets, but then the real strength development is actually holding on and carrying dumbbells, say a moderate sort of weight. In this case, I was using 30 pounds, which is a strong, heavy workout for me, and doing the exact same motion, trying to do it nice and smooth, trying not to let the knee move in or out, but just be nice and strong and linear, moving forward, looking straight, and really pushing into the ground and developing that strength each step as you go through. Maybe start with, say, 10 walking lunges in total, and then after that, maybe move to 15. It's probably better to do more as opposed to go heavier, because the next couple of exercises I'm going to show you are actually going to cause maximum recruitment or plyometric type power, at which again we can develop safer as opposed to loading too much on a walking lunge. All right, another strength exercise that I like doing is the step up, basically. Using a platform like this, maybe a bench. And in this case, I'm using a step here with the ability to modify the height so that I can get in that right step depth, if you want to call it. So again, it's a very deliberate press up, stable, and back down. So again, it's pressing up, getting your balance, back down without dropping. Not cheating by pushing off on that rear leg, up and down. Often in this case, 5 maybe to start with, but eventually when you get good at it, you can do 10 in a row. The speed of the movement, once you find your stability, you can increase the speed as you get your balance and the smoothness of the motion. But again, it's working the glutes and then firing the quadriceps up with good balance. When you've had enough of that, switch to the other leg, get stable. You're almost drawing up your toe along the box for guide. And back down. Do as many as you feel is safe, so you get a good burn, but not overloading the joint too much. So these are step ups. I find these are really good again for isolating left side, right side, maybe do another set, left side, right side. All right, here's another exercise again that focuses more on the explosive power development of cycling, and they're called box jumps. Again, these are very advanced. I would suggest that, again, you want to make sure that you've been doing some of the pre-conditioning, again, warm up, do walking lunges, do some weights and using the apparatuses and such before you actually start doing this. So maybe 4 or 5 weeks into your program, you can start incorporating the box jumps. But basically, again, it's a power movement where you're actually jumping, again, off of the ground onto a platform. So again, you want to use your arms. It's an explosive movement, and you actually want to kind of try to jump forward, but up over the box. So again, the movement pattern is up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. All right, obviously getting ready for a Gran Fondo, the most important aspect is that you're riding. But in terms of the development at this time of year, meaning it's winter, we're trying to actually incorporate some aspects which is important for, again, the further development. That means that we should be doing some strength training, as I showed you today. Usually I recommend 2 sessions per week, and generally they shouldn't take that long. It should be, say, 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes when you actually incorporate all the movement patterns, plus a warm-up and potentially a cool down. So I would suggest if you were to ride long on a Sunday, Monday could be like a day easier or off for another cross-training aerobic exercise, but quite light. Tuesday could be a strength day, where again, you do your warm-up, maybe a bit of stepper, into a bit of the machines for controlled movement, and then into the walking lunges, and finishing with plyometrics. Basically, that's enough strength, again, to activate the development of that aspect of hardcore, strong movement patterns. And from that point, I've actually created a 12-week step program that guides you with the development or the additional training volume to do it safely, taking you right up to race weekend. And again, that's going to be online through the TransRockies website. So in the meantime, you really just want to keep active, incorporating the strength, and doing as much aerobic activity as you can muster. Again, focusing more on the weekends for long rides and midweeks for shorter rides, warm-ups, cool-downs, plus your strength training. So don't forget about my 12-week program starting around April, again, getting you ready for the big Highwood Pass Gran Fondo.